We have invented and patented a simple technology to bring the cost of residential rooftop solar energy down by more than 50%, with a payback as low as 3 years. This means that for the first 3 years, people pay the same as their normal energy bills, and for the next 20 years, they get their energy for free. So what did we invent? A miraculous new solar cell? No, something much simpler. The cost of solar cells has already dropped so much that they now only make up 15% of the total cost of a solar energy installation. So for any more significant savings, we need to look at the other 85%, and of that, 50% is installation costs. This is where we found a solution. If we look at the different layers of a typical roof with a solar installation, we have the roof framework, the wooden sheeting substrate, a waterproof felt, the roof tiles, and then the photovoltaic panels installed on top of those. Several companies have been looking for ways to integrate the solar cells into the roof tiles. This may look better, but the technology is so expensive that there's little to no savings. We realized that if instead we could integrate the solar panels directly into the roof substrate, it would be a lot cheaper. So we partnered with a well-known name in solar panel manufacturing technology in Europe, and together developed a system that would make this technically possible and beautiful to look at as well. Normal solar panels consist out of a back layer, encapsulated solar cells, a glass cover, and aluminum frame to give the panel structural strength. Our panel consists out of the same back layer, the same solar cells but spaced apart, and then a special kind of plastic that is suitable for solar panels but is much cheaper than glass. We then covered this with horizontal stripes in between the cells. We then place this panel on top of a special kind of waterproof plywood with a waterproof overlap where the panels meet. We place a junction box where we connect the solar panels to each other on the back of this panel. When we have our rooftop structure, we first cover this with a waterproof felt. Then we place a 1-inch thick lumber on top and place the plywood reinforced solar panels on top of this. Then we take a specially designed strip designed so that they can create a waterproof connection, and through the strip we screw the panels to the framework. Like this, we create a waterproof overlap where two panels meet. Wherever it's not suitable to install these solar panels because of irregular shapes of the roof, we simply install panels that look exactly the same, but without the cells, so we can cut them in any way we want. These panels have about the same cost as regular roof shingles. The result is a roof that looks far more appealing than conventional rooftop solar installations, while for a little more than the installation costs to install just the sheeting on a conventional roof, we have just installed the substrate, the roof cover, and our solar panels. So this is how we can decrease the cost by 50% compared to the cost of a conventional roof plus a conventional solar system, while still allowing us to operate on a 50% profit margin. Obviously, this system is mostly interesting for either new construction or for those who need to replace their roofs, which typically happens every 20-30 years. But there are 80,000 new houses built every year in California alone, and they just passed a law that from 2020, rooftop solar installations will be mandatory for all new construction. Given the global awareness around global warming, it's very likely that other states and countries will follow. But even if they don't, we just made solar energy so cheap and so appealing that a lot of people are going to want it anyway.